performance, man. Don't ever leave Chelsea. Never give up. Obviously, always.
Well. I mean, what a 90 minutes we just watched. I mean, I don't know what to say, but it's absolutely fantastic. The only word I'm gonna say is money, because obviously Money Mace has got his hat trick. We're gonna be hearing the word minerals all night long by a certain someone. I think tonight
Sorry, you can mute that word. Right,
yes. We can mute, but we'll mute that on Twitter, but then YouTube we're just gonna have to deal with it. But I suppose we'll let it go for one night only.
Deserved this time.
Yeah. Chelsea 7, Norwich 0, and well and truly, I think I've seen 6-year-olds defend better than Norwich, but you have to beat who's in front of you, and hopefully this video will be a lovely positive video about a lot of positive things. Firstly, I'd like to announce my wonderful panel, starting off with co-host Jesters. How are you doing, my friend?
Yeah, I wish we didn't play such a defensive lineup. That's just, we could have had 15 or 16. No, I'm just taking the piss. I just hate that.
Shout out to all the idiot fans that keep calling Tuchel ban and stuff like that, saying he plays defensive football. I remember when certain people on the stream used to say, "Oh, Tuchel plays really defensive."
No, that's not defensive football, and I like the new inverted wingbacks. That's working out very, very good, and probably the worst Premier League team I've ever seen. Period. End of story. They're awful.
Well, I don't know.
I mean, they're awful.
Did you watch Derby?
Yeah, but
I was not around for that. That's what I said.
But Andrew, even then, they're giving Derby a run for their money.
Well, actually, they haven't got the points Derby have at the moment, so it might be correct.
I don't see them winning. I really don't. I don't see them winning any match unless somebody just has a stinker. But we moved. It was a great day, great win. Of course, you want to start your day out that way. I've been up since 6 a.m. and haven't had breakfast yet, but 2 cups of coffee and we move.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Andrew, how are you? Obviously, I know you're doing well because no Chelsea fan can be feeling upset right now. But how you doing?
I'm just I'm excited, man. We basically erased and overtook Liverpool's goal difference in one game, which is also good. I think we're what now, plus 20 in the league now, which is good. Another clean sheet. Mendy does not want to give up that clean sheet whatsoever. He's like slide tackling blocks, everything like that. Ben Chilwell, I don't care what anyone says. Alonso can't do what Chilwell does. He just can't do it. He can get to a level, but Chilwell is just better. It's just better all round. And brilliant performance. Kovacic back to his best after his nightmare last week. Jorginho, Silky, Mount, fantastic. Man of the match. Stop any debates this weekend, please. Man of the match, hat-trick and assist. Very well played. Cho, excellent. What a finish. Good assist as well. And the only thing negative I'll speak about, if it is a negative, I just thought Kai was a little off his game. That's the only really thing I can really think of that's bad. And how stupid are you by Norwich? You're 5-0 down and your man gets sent off. I mean, that's stupid.
I mean, Andrew, and I think he was just done. I think he just wanted to go and have an early shower, honestly.
Yeah. He got it. It was raining goals. That's what it was.
Right.
Raining goals.
Raining goals, exactly. Alfred, how are you doing?
I'm relieved we barely won that one. Don't know how we got away with it, but we did. No, look, absolutely fantastic performance. We needed the boys to step up today, because after the injuries with Lukaku and Werner, a lot of people were saying that those injuries were going to really hurt us. I never really thought so, and I'm just so glad that we got this win, and it wasn't one of those charity FC games where we miss a very good chance to go further at the top. Yeah, absolutely fantastic today. Very, very happy. There was just one player that disappointed me quite a bit today, unfortunately, was Havertz. But other than that, yeah, I'm very, very happy.
Yeah, I mean, next I'm going to go to Josh. And Josh, one thing. Was you frustrated that Ruben squared it to Mount and didn't shoot himself for that goal that we were waiting for?
Yeah, a tiny bit, but that's just Ruben. He's unselfish. That's what he does. He's always looking to better his teammates. He knows Mount was down on his luck. There had been 25 games before a goal come into this game. He had 2. He was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and get him his 3rd. And he's just an unselfish player. It's what he does. So, no, not surprised. A little disappointed personally. I wanted him to score, but if anyone knows Ruben, that they know he's unselfish. That's just what he does.
Yeah, I mean, I had my head in my hands because I was like, no, Ruben, why? Like I was,
yeah. He did score. He made a beautiful run, beautiful pass to set up the run.
Yeah, he did all the work himself, and he had that nutmeg as well when he came on.
I think he had a better second touch in the box that got away from him a little bit. If that would have been a better touch, he probably would have shot. But when the touch got away from him, he had I guess he could have dinked it over Krul, but he made the right decision. So
yes, he did. Yes, he did.
At that point, it was the best decision he could have made.
I thought they should have let Rudiger take the penalty. I don't care what.
I did. I thought so too.
You could see it, man. He was, you know what? And he would have smashed that penalty as well. I don't care if it missed. He would have just drilled that penalty. But I thought they should have let him take it.
Mount should have let Barkley take that second one too after he got it saved. Embarrassing at the line. Let Barkley take it.
No, but I think the original penalty taker has to retake it.
Yeah. No, I'm just taking the piss.
But we're 5-0 up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I understand regularly, like if it's 1-0, it is a game, but we're 5-0 up down to 10 men, man. We should have. I thought that.
Let Mendy go up and take it.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
He's happy with He's happy with another clean sheet. Yeah,
he was. He didn't have to be. Go ahead, Andrew. I'm sorry.
So man should open up a laundrette. The amount of clean sheets he's producing, man. He is unbelievable. This guy. Sorry, Josh. Go ahead, mate.
No, I was just going to echo what you said. He's been incredible. He literally had to do nothing all game except for the one beautiful slide to tackle save he made. It was. He's just been on an absolutely different planet.
Yeah, I don't think anybody put a foot wrong. I know everybody's disappointed in Kai, but I don't think he had really a chance, a clear-cut chance at goal. And I thought his movement, the way he plays that position, opened up a lot of space and pulled their defense apart. Because it's center back.
Jester, I thought he's better first half.
Yeah, I think he maybe got a little tired the second half. I think he was, but I thought he when he had to hold up the ball, I thought he did quite well. That's not what he does, but again, I thought his movement was fantastic. He always was dragging somebody out of position, allowing space to the point where you saw Chilwell and James inside almost at a center forward at some point in time. And so, you just have to understand that was the plan for him to be used as movement. It would have been nice if he got a goal, started getting on form, but I think if anybody, he probably had the least chances actually made for him. I mean, he probably was you'd have to say he's the worst out of the starting front three, but he didn't play badly.
Yeah,
it's not like he fluffed. It's not like he did a Timo out there and fluffed a bunch of chances in front of goal. So I just, again, he's a special talent. He'll come good, and again, we have to say we didn't have a lot of play. We didn't have Lukaku. We didn't have Werner. We didn't have Pulisic. So that's not an ideal starting three that we had out there today. Other than Mount, most, Havertz hasn't been starting. Callum hasn't been starting. But they came in and did what they needed to do. So, it's brilliant. So, That's all you
Yeah.
can say. It's just brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, I just think you were missing Kante, you were missing Werner, you were missing
Yep.
Azpilicueta. You so many players missing from the first team lineup, but we'll
Christensen.
Christensen as well. There's so many players you could have put in, but it just shows how big a team we've got. So I'll just finish up by bringing in the rest of the guests and what I think is a debut appearance on this channel, or at least while I've been hosting, he hasn't been on the channel. But I'm probably going to butcher the name. But Sindra, how you doing, my friend?
Yeah, I'm good. Unfortunately, I couldn't see the whole game, but it was good to see the scoreline at the end. To see Mount getting I think it's his first career hat trick, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, it's the first hat trick.
First Premier League hat trick.
Has he got one outside the Premier
Before,
League, then?
yeah, I think so.
I don't think he has.
Maybe at Derby or
FA Cup?
Vitesse.
Is it in the FA Cup?
No, they actually, when they said hat trick, they mentioned like a first Premier League. Championship League,
but
group
it's-
stages, did he had it?
still, it was,
Maybe it was for one of his loan clubs.
and
Oh,
like,
okay.
yeah, it was good to see. It was fun to. I got some clips of it, and I got to see the Reece James goal. Can you say what a pass from Mount, and what a chip from Reece James as well. That was a good goal.
Yeah, definitely. That was one of my personal favourites. But there was so many goals you could have picked.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true, and it was fun to see, and yeah, and like for example, I've like been around a lot on the internet and people talking about Mendy especially, like, oh yeah, he's playing behind such a strong defense that he gets that many clean sheets, but like when he's tested, he pulls off saves. And like, for example, when you're saying Manuel Neuer and Oblak is the best keeper in the world, they were also playing, or especially Oblak, when Atletico was in their prime, when they reached 2 Champions League finals. He played behind the best defense in Europe at the time. So like, but he pulled off saves that he needed to pull off to save them. So Mendy, I feel like Mendy deserves to win the Yashin Trophy. That's my personal opinion. He has been fantastic this year.
Yeah, I mean, he's been one. I'd say he's comfortably the best goalkeeper in the world right now, but it's just one of them things. I know he wasn't on the Ballon d'Or, but that's just a personality contest for me. It's whoever's the best personality in football, not who's the best football player. But it is what it is. Big up to Derek. He said that he was the first Mason Mount hat-trick was at the test, so we'll regard this as the first hat-trick that matters, because scoring a hat-trick in the Dutch league is one thing, but doing it in the Prem is actually the proper way to do it.
That's true.
Alex, how you doing, my friend?
Excited, man. Finally, I woke up at 7:30 with a win, with confident win, man. It's been so long since we like win confidently at 12 o'clock for you, 7:30 for the rest of the world. But anyway, what like, I don't want to be Johnny, but I'm happy. I'm finally happy. Like, what pisses me off about the Johnny the most is he thinks that we don't like Mason Mount. That's the Mason Mount we're missing from the last season. That's the performance. Good job. Cho did good too. Cho did good too.
Yeah, I mean, we'll get into a little bit of Callum Hudson-Odoi debate a little bit longer. I'm trying to wean that out a little bit to get a bit more of the Cho stands in the comments. I know a few of them have already put some comments in, but we'll wait for a little bit longer.
Matt, can we just
go on.
Can I just say that Reece James finish was
The chip.
for a right back? I mean,
Yeah.
that's how a right back's supposed to perform. They're supposed to defend and attack
And the
like
Krul is not a bad goalkeeper.
No,
He's
so it's second
really
half. So it's second half. He's a good goalie.
no. I'm saying like he's not just like bottom table goalie. He
can play higher up the table. No doubt.
He's a really good experienced goalkeeper. I knew it was about the penalty. He was one of the best penalty goalies in the world.
World Cup 2014.
Yeah.
Super sub for the
And I was like, damn. Anyway.
Yeah, but that
back.
finish from Reece James was Because actually, if you look at it, I think his first touch, he may have pushed it a bit too far. But he was still able to get there before the goalkeeper. And that chip for a right back is just... And all the first time ever, I think all the players were English that scored.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that in. I was like, I wasn't gonna bring in Brexit, Matt, but even if you're gonna count it as an own goal, Max Aarons is technically English as well. So all the goal scorers are English.
Can I also talk about like almost everyone that scored was also from the academy, and like people are saying that Chelsea's a buyers club. Well, there you go. All 7 goals almost was from academy players.
Yeah, it was all good.
Yeah,
Yeah. Today's the first time I saw Mount as Johnny sees Mount.
Yes.
He
Yes.
hasn't had that game.
That's the first time I've seen the minerals in real life.
Yeah. It's like the first time my eyes actually witnessed the player that Johnny sees week in and week out. But you know, it was great. I am putting a little bit of all of this down to Norwich being just absolutely terrible. But
Josh, honestly, I've seen 6-year-olds defend better than Norwich.
yeah, I mean they were so bad. But I will give us credit for taking advantage of how poor they were, because normally we don't do that.
But honestly, Malmo puts 3 or 4 bars past them themselves.
No question about it. And to get 7 goals and now be 4 goals in the clear of Liverpool on goal differential, it was huge.
But we needed. That's the problem. We were on it's a no-win situation, because if we don't batter Norwich, we're like, oh, you should have battered Norwich. If they beat us, we get bantered. But we battered them, and before the red card, we were 5-0 up. So
I don't want to say it, but that's the Lukaku thing.
No, come on.
No, but I still think if we had Lukaku, we would have got goals with Lukaku anyway. I don't think it was nothing to do with Lukaku. I think we would have scored goals whether it was Lukaku.
No. I'm not saying we would not score goals. I'm saying like we look more fluently, like we're more together when we play without him.
Well, I think sometimes we haven't, they don't know how to play with that type of forward. And I think we kind of use him wrong in the first place. For me, if you're going to use Lukaku right, you put Havertz in the center and you make Lukaku the right inside forward, because he likes to play off the right. If you watch him with Belgium, he's always out to the right.
Germany. Oh,
Belgium.
Lukaku. Oh, okay.
Lukaku. And Havertz, with Havertz not playing a standard, 9, he likes to move in and out. It opens up so much space that Lukaku or whoever's on the left can run into. So for me, I would rather see him play like the right inside forward, and sort of in a 1-2, have Havertz drop a little bit deeper and do the movement that he showed in this game, which again really opened up the game. I know he didn't have any goal contributions, but him not being a static number 9 in the middle when you're playing a back 3, that center back has to track him, and if he's not there, who's he supposed to track, or who's he supposed to defend against? There's no center midfield or center forward. He's out on the wing. He's over on the left wing. He's on the right wing. He's dropping deeper.
On the first goal, when Havertz moved, that open space for Cho. There's a lot what Havertz did off the ball that made those goals happen. He wasn't directly involved in it, like his assist or anything. But the movement of the ball, especially on what's his name, and the Cho's goal, he was moving defense, and the guy that was defending, he took it personally against Havertz, because he was always with him, always. Yeah, with him.
Hanley was just man marking.
Yeah, he was the man marking him.
So that's why I thought he was a bit quiet anyway, because there's only so much you can do. But even then, he was still trying to create stuff and give stuff for people off the ball. As you said, give space for everyone else. Mind you, I'd argue also that Norwich were just giving us space anyway. They were just giving us space. So it didn't take much to get more space. But I'll bring KJ in, because in 21 minutes and I didn't actually bring him in. KJ, how are you doing, my friend?
No, I'm good. Obviously, I just got off the phone with Hudson-Odoi. He told me the lit belongs to him. No, but listen, let's not even. We'll get to Hudson-Odoi, but obviously, I don't accept Kovacic's slander anymore. I don't care what you say. We are seeing shades of the Inter Milan Kovacic. The Kovacic that was so prime, you built teams around him. That's what we're seeing right now, and I'm so happy my boy did what he needed to do. Chill lives matter. Hope everyone is doing
just as you mentioned Cho, Xavi comes in the building. So Xavi, how are you doing, my friend?
Yo, who had access to let me in? Because I think that was timed. Because I've been waiting for mad long in the background.
Waiting for the black people to tag team, bro.
And as soon as yeah, right. as soon as he says that, he brings me in.
Sadiq is the jokes. But anyway, everyone. Sadiq.
Hey, we don't need to know that, man. It's our rating on this thing.
We're all laughing in the comments. Don't have a clue why, but I'm not going to mention. I'm not going to mention it. But yeah, I mean, we might as well get into it now because we've waited 23 minutes before talking about it.
Okay.
I've always said, and I'm actually going to get some messages up just for the people like Derek. I know there's a couple of others in the comment section that are very much what we would call the Cho stands, and that say I have an agenda. Well, would someone with an agenda put that in the comments straight away when Callum scores?
Yes.
So my point of me just hating on Cho for no reason. It was someone else that said, "Oh, it's only Norwich" in the group chat. So no one go, "Oh, I've said that." What a performance from Cho, and this is what I've been waiting for. All these Callum Hudson-Odoi stands been saying this guy is going. This guy is supposed to be this big thing. He's ready. He's cooking, etc. He needs a chance. Well, as I said, when you get a chance, you need to take it. And my God, today he took it. Fair play. I know it's a bit frustrating. It's a bit frustrating that the second goal, I think it has gone down as a Max Aaron's own goal, which is unfortunate. And you probably can understand it being an own goal because it's come off him and then off Krul. But it's one of them things. But what a performance by Callum Hudson-Odoi. And I will go straight to Jesters just to play it a little bit more. Jesters, what did you think of Cho's performance?
He played good. What do you want me to say?
Just good? Just good?
Well, let's compare him to other people on the pitch. Mount was the man of the match. So you're not saying he had a close to a performance like that, are you?
I'm not saying he was man of the match, but I'm just
okay. So he played good. He took his goal well. You know, it was a beautiful through ball. He placed it just right. It's a good performance. What I don't understand, it's not like he beat Man City single-handedly. Okay, so I don't know why people are doing backflips. He played good. It warrants another start. But please don't think he had a 9 or 10 out of 10 game.
Who?
I said.
Who y'all talking about?
Callum.
Hudson-Odoi.
Come on, man. He had 9. He had 9.
A 9 for one goal? Please.
No, two goals.
He didn't have 2 goals. It was.
I know.
I'm saying 2.
He had 2 goals, man.
Well. That second goal, went down as an own goal.
I know he didn't mean it. It was a cross, but
it was created by him.
What?
One
thing I believe in life: you create your own luck.
Again, I'm not saying that. I don't understand what people were saying. I said he had a good game, but don't act like he had a Mason Mount type game. That's why I go so hard against him, because people see this game and go, "Oh, he was fantastic, excellent. He should start every week." No. Sorry, it wasn't to the level of what you saw from Mason Mount.
You don't think he should start next game?
I just said that it should.
Okay.
I said it warrants another start. But don't act like he had a Mason Mount type game.
No, Mason Mount had 10 out of 10. He had a hat trick. Cho had
And in
2
the-
goals.
He had 1 goal.
That's 9 for me.
He had 1 goal and an own goal.
I know, Jester. I'm just messing with you.
So again, this is why I have to be the counterweight to all the nonsense out there who think that 1 goal makes you a nailed-on starter week in, week out. Tuchel already said, read Tuchel's comments on this. He said it's not 1 or 2 games. You have to do this every week, week in, week out. So he had a good game. It's something to build off his last performance.
But if
let's not go.
If we're gonna base on what Tuchel said, we wouldn't have full 11 squad because we didn't have nobody. We don't have nobody that plays week in, week out with 100% performance, especially in the beginning.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You have to give up. Does Lukaku deserve to start after past 2 games that we played?
Yes.
Where is the logic?
I mean, I did think he played well against Malmo. I'd make that point, obviously, until he come off. So
Yeah.
I would. I think if you pay 100 million for someone,
I just think Cho deserves the credit for today. Really good performance.
I don't think anybody's not giving him credit.
Yeah,
Nobody's.
no buns.
I don't think anybody here is saying he had a bad game, right? Nobody said he had a bad game.
Charlie,
Everybody
did
thinks he
Cho
played
had a
good.
Game? Did Cho had a good game? Charlie,
His tail is happy. He's happy.
did
So,
Cho had
yeah.
a good game?
Again, but this is what I'm saying.
Yep. Look at him. He's going crazy.
That's a definite yes.
But this is what I'm saying is people take that and they make more out of it
Yeah, of
than
course
what
I
it
wouldn't
was.
start Cho against Man City if we had Lukaku and Warner at the squad. Of course it will be difficult. But come on. What a game.
yeah, I mean, it was a great game. I think.
Like all
Sorry,
of
Jester.
didn't need
Sorry,
that
Jester.
explanation. Oh, just I could have just left it at that. Like I made him explain himself, and he said Joe had a good game. Could have just moved.
Yeah, I know. I'm just teasing, trying to reel him in. But anyway, yeah. I mean, Josh, what did you think of Callum's performance?
Yeah, no, I thought he was really good. I'll be honest. I think he played 68 minutes, something like that, maybe 62 minutes. I thought he played well. He was progressive with the ball. He dribbled really well. His passing was on point. The finish. Yeah, I mean, I'm generally with Jester on this, but I think he probably definitely had a 9 for the time he was on the pitch.
Jester didn't think he had a 9, so you're not with him.
Well, he didn't say that yet. He might, he was.
I haven't rated anyone.
We're gonna convince Jester.
Jester was like, no, he was not a 9.
He was not a 9.
I
You know
That's
what's
what
gonna
I'm-
happen? You know what's
That's
gonna
what I'm
happen?
trying to say.
you
So
know what's
Josh,
gonna
he's not with you there.
You know what's gonna happen?
Javi, you go talk
when
to your.
we get to the ratings, we're gonna have high ratings for Cho, and then Jester's gonna have a low rating just to balance it out to an average of 6.
He's gonna be like, no.
That's what I'm
No,
gonna do.
I thought he was good. Again, it's tough. I thought this is one of those games where I thought everybody was good. I didn't really. To me, there wasn't like because it was such a lopsided performance. I didn't think anybody was poor. Even Havertz, he didn't score.
I have a couple of players that were poor. Well, one actually.
It would be tough. I mean, it would be tough for me to say anybody really played poor.
Not poor, but below that what our team played.
No. I thought Cho was good today. He
was good.
He had an opportunity today. He definitely. If you ask me, did he take it? I thought he took it. Yeah.
So let me preface-
I'd argue Marcus Alonso was crap on the bench.
Yeah.
Just sitting there. What
We
you
always-
doing?
Tied our top scorer now.
That's
I mean,
4 goals for him. I think 3 or 4 goals.
I think he's got
I think
4
it's
goals in
3.
all competitions.
It's it's 4 goals on all counts, but 3.
I think that includes England as well.
No.
Yeah, but 3 in the league though.
That's 4 for us this year. doesn't
Who
it?
do you think is
for
the,
us.
who do you think is the
Yes, 3
hardest
for us,
goal? Who do you think is hardest goal to score?
James.
James or
James's chip was
Tuchel?
tough. James's chip was very tough. Chilwell's goal was brilliant. The touch before the goal, before the strike.
So wait, was that a good
great.
pass to you guys
By who?
Yeah.
for James?
Yeah,
He's right on the money.
His
I
first
did.
touch wasn't that good. That's why he had to reach it.
I think he had a. I think his first touch was actually good because he had a player in front of him.
No, I'm saying
he overtouched it. So it went a bit
yeah, he
forward.
overtouched it. Maybe it's not the first touch, but it was one of the touches when
I feel like he had to, like, it was hard because that player was in front of him and he kind of had to muscle him out and then touch it at the same time. But it was a good goal. Can't complain.
No, Robin Loftus-Cheek is same thing. He overtouched it. He was reaching to pass it because he was gonna go on a goal.
He was in two minds. He was in two minds there.
He was looking like, I've got to give Mason the hat trick. He's
It was just like if he didn't pass it and he missed, if he didn't pass it and he missed, it would have been crazy. Like that's like when you're in two minds like that, that's what happens. Like you end up overthinking.
Xavi, RLC, real life Chelsea. Yeah, that's what it stands for.
RLC, unselfish. Gave Mount because Mount could have gave that penalty to someone else, but congrats Mount.
I thought he was gonna give it to Rudiger actually.
Yeah.
Especially after you missed the first one where it was recalled.
Yeah, but Xavi, I think
we ain't complaining.
No, I'm saying after he missed it and he got another chance, I thought Mount should take it to prove it to himself, to not kill his confidence.
Yeah, it is good. It is good
But
when
the first,
I'm not like
you know what I'm saying?
as a
Like he
soccer
should have
player.
given it to Rudiger. He should have given it to Rudiger.
As a player, like you always want to take that penalty again because you don't want your confidence.
You need to build your confidence back.
Yeah.
Especially when Krul talking shit in his face and the referee was just staying there and allowing it. Like you two have chat before you kick in the penalty. Did you see the ref? He was just sitting over there enjoying the chat.
But the link-up play before that though, like to get RLC in, did y'all see that too? Bro? That was a good link-up play.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of the penalty thing, I think when a penalty has to be retaken, I think Mount has to take it by the rules. So unfortunately, he couldn't give it to anyone else, but that's one of them things. Big up Rohan for a $2 super chat. He just says Jester 8.9 with a thumbs up. So I assume that means what Jester is going to give for Callum. That's his prediction.
No, not going to give him an 8.9 either.
But anyway, we'll get into the main man himself, Money Mace hat trick. Xavi, is this finally the Mount that Johnny's been seeing all this time? Have we finally seen it?
Yes. See, like this is a performance you should be like, good job, Mount. Like you feel me? Like not when he's like dropping 5 out of 10 and still trying to say, oh my God, it's not his fault. Like he was doing work. Like you feel me? But like this is the games that he deserves his credit, and I think this is the problem because we excuse him when he's dropping poor games. It makes criticism more harsh because it's like, no, you can't be covering up for him like that. You feel me? But when good games like this he deserves it. Like he deserves his points.
Did you hear Mount's interview after the game?
Oh,
I keep thinking the Champions League is on every time his phone rings.
That's my phone ring. Did you hear his interview after the game? Mount.
Nah, I didn't hear it. What did he say?
The guy was asking him. He's like, it's a good performance today. Like something like based on how you did it, like how Tuchel said that you had mental like stuff, and he's like, oh, I don't think it's the he think it was like mind games. I was like, no, brother. Tuchel said what he said, man. But even in that interview, the guy was asking him about, that your performances wasn't as good as up till today. So there was bad performances from Mount early this season.
Yeah, I mean, people with like any logical person would know. Like we could tell that, you know what I mean? So it is what it is. Yeah, good game, man. Can't hate on it. Like he's doing, as long as Chelsea win, brother. Like my weekend is not ruined. Like Chelsea just needs to win because God knows when we lose, my week until we play again gets messed up.
Yeah, I mean, Alfred, I'll come to you next. Tell me about Mason Mount's performance. What did you think of it?
Yeah, brilliant. And it was extra special because there were a few extra points of pressure today. First of all, because we were playing Norwich, there was that extra bit of pressure, not just on him, but on the entire team to perform, because everybody was expecting us to put on a performance today, which we did. So there was that, and then you've got that people, as we know, are saying that he hasn't been all that good lately and all that sort of stuff. So there was that to add as well, in terms of more pressure because of that. So I think to come into this game and score a hat trick with a bit of extra pressure on him than normal, fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, it was. You could argue it was a perfect performance, nearly. Even with outside the 3 goals, on the ball, off the ball, everything he was doing was turning out right. Obviously,
he got an assist as well, too, right?
Yeah, I think he did. Did he?
Yeah, 3
Yeah,
goals.
That was Reece James.
Reece
That was
James.
Reece James pass.
Yeah, I mean, you don't give 10s for much performances, but I think everyone will probably give him a 10 when it comes to the player ratings.
You ready to do player ratings?
I do want to speak about one more player that I think won't get much of a praise online, because it always is. It's the part that no one really wants to see. Both Jorginho and Kovacic today. What a performance, controlling the play. Andrew, I'll come to you. KJ, I'll come to you after, because I know you want to speak about Kovacic. Andrew, what did you think of Jorginho's performance and Kovacic as well?
Jorginho, yeah, I mean, when they are given that much room, they can do whatever they want, and they were given that, and they did what they needed to do, and they exploited that, what they were given. They exploited that. Jorginho probably made more progressive passes in that game, probably nearly all season. And then Kovacic, is frustratingly bad as he was last week against Brentford, he was very, very good today. His forward passing actually found people, which was good to see. Great assist for Odoi's goal. He's done that ball a couple of times this season, so it's good. So, yeah, they were excellent. They were given the freedom of Stamford Bridge, and they took advantage of that, and it's exactly what good players should do, and they did that. They were, outstanding performance from the both, and they controlled it. Norwich was never getting anywhere. Norwich are a very poor side, but you know what? You have to exploit that, and so we don't. And sometimes we don't do that enough.
That's right.
We don't exploit poor teams, and we did that today. So very, very good performance from both players today.
Yeah, I mean, before we get onto the player ratings, KJ, what did you think of? You go at me. Tell me about Kovacic today, because I'll give you it.
Listen, I just don't understand how we always get to a point where we question Kovacic when he's arguably been probably our most consistent, if not consistent, player in the midfield this season. I think what he offers to Chelsea, even when he has decent games, is that he'll always be defensively sound and offensively sound in the midfield. I think he works very, very well with obviously Jorginho every time they partnered up together. And what he did, especially in the midfield as well, just outstretching midfielders, creating those pockets of space to allow the attackers to run in and around him, creating perfect opportunities. You saw the assists he got today. Those aren't easy assists to get, but he does it on a consistent basis. And I think we're getting to a place right now where, like I said in the beginning of the video, we're seeing shades of the Inter Milan Kovacic. The Kovacic where you can easily build a good team around him. He almost gives that sense where when you take him out of the side, you don't get the potent sort of attack that you usually get. And I think that's just so profound to just the person Kovacic is, man. He's getting the numbers that you need from him. And I just don't see how you remove him from the side. He's so good. He is so good. And obviously I could go on and on and on. But the stats, when I was looking at the stats as well at the end of the game, he had the most touches on the field. He had the most passes on the field. He had the most chances created, the most duels won, the most tackles, the most assists. Like, what do you say? What can you say? He is the best right now that we have a pure number 8, and I'm so happy.
He didn't have enough passes though. Thiago Silva did. So
He did. It was assist from him to Cho.
While most passes in the final third, he had the most.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just betting with you, KJ.
I don't think J5 had the progressive passes but
I give credit to Jorginho though, because he was trying them. Like it didn't come up all the time.
I know he did try. He did try them. I saw him trying it, but it was
Jorginho
just
had an
too short.
assist. You know he had an assist.
Yeah, but like
On
we're
who?
talking about like to Mount. He's talking about
what Mount?
But like I think it was his pass to Mount or something like that.
I think it's the first one.
Yeah, Mount's first goal. He had that assist.
Yeah.
Jorginho's pass.
Jorginho flicked it over to Mount.
But yeah, I mean, with Kovacic, I've always thought he's a good player.
I didn't see
I've always questioned before. Does he do enough? But I mean, the way Kovacic is playing at the moment, he's doing what I want to see. He's showing me enough. I would argue there's a little man called Ruben Loftus-Cheek that can potentially still Kovacic's place, but that remains to be seen. It's just happy that we've got four fantastic midfielders in Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Kante, Jorginho, and Ross Barkley.
I mean,
I wouldn't drop Kova for RLC yet.
People in chat just going nuts after Jester.
It's the other one.
I'm not even. Yeah, if you want to chat noise, at least super chat.
Yeah, Zuzu, send a super chat and then I'll actually read your comment out.
Yep.
But anyway.
I mean, they came out with the pitchforks for you, Jester.
Yeah.
Again, if they weren't such toxic trolls, I wouldn't have to be that harsh on Callum. But since they want to build him up above what he does, I have to be the counterbalance. Again, it's not about hating Callum. I've never said any that I hate Callum. I don't want him to succeed. I just can't stand the Cho stands, who I call chodes. So look up what a chode is. That defines you perfectly. So again, he had a good game. Leave it at that, and we move to the next one. Because if you're going to hype him up this much, you better hope he continues to play exactly this way. Because the moment he doesn't, guess how the pendulum is going to swing. It's going to go back right at you. So that's why it's a pendulum. It goes back and forth. So maybe just take.
I mean, we all here would hope he has continued his form because it helps Chelsea. So
yeah,
so these guys got to chill.
But, yeah, that's when you like a player more than the team. So what can you say?
Yeah, that's just the virus that goes around Chelsea generally for a lot of fans. But we'll get into the player ratings finally, and we'll start off with Mendy, who he didn't have a lot to do, but when he was called upon in the one time, the guy's making slide tackles to get this clean sheet. He desperately wants that clean sheet every single game. Xavi, I'll start with you at the bottom. What would you give Mendy out of 10?
He didn't really have much to do, so it's hard. Like, do you have to? It wasn't.
What about saving? What's his name? Chilwell from embarrassment. That one. So I guess an 8 out of 10. I'm not giving low ratings today or medium. Everybody.
So I mean, if anyone giving a low rating for a 7-0 performance is a bit harsh.
8 out of 10, I guess.
Like on the goalkeeper, anybody?
Anybody. I mean, there's not really anyone that had a below 7, 6 out
There's
of 10.
one person
I don't know.
Kind of low.
I mean, even Ross Barkley.
But it's an 8. It's an 8. It's an 8.
Yeah, fair enough. Alfred, what would you give Mendy out of 10?
Yeah, I completely agree. I think that's fair. That save that he had to make, that time when he was called upon, it was a very, very good save. And because he didn't have much to do, I agree. I'll say 8 as well.
Yeah, fair enough. And KJ, what would you give Mendy?
Sorry about that. I'll give Mount a 10, but I'll give Mendy an 8 for now. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, eight seems like it's what everyone's saying. Alex, what would you give him out of 10?
Mendy?
Mendy, yeah.
9.
Fair enough. I mean, everyone asks Jesters.
That's what you get when I'm happy.
Yeah, well, I'll give him a realistic score. He made one good save, so for me, that's a 7. Yeah, other than that, he was a spectator. He could have been having a latte back there. So, yeah, he had the one good save, so that's a 7.
Yeah, I mean, it's to be fair on him, it's hard. He can't really, he can't really do much more.
But that's a good score for a goalkeeper. That means he hasn't been peppered.
Yeah. So what's the reason you give him low scoring?
It's not a low score. He didn't do anything. It's not like he was.
He saved Chilwell. He saved Chilwell.
Okay,
that will be on goal. So
again,
that's like
you start at an average score of a 6. He had one good save in the entire game because he wasn't tested.
Okay, I see.
So he goes up to a 7.
Okay, I thought average is 7.
No, average is actually for me average is 5, but
okay.
Everybody says average is 6, so we'll go with average is 6.
Okay, okay.
So he was above average because he had the one good save, but it wasn't Brentford when he was getting peppered.
I'll go to 8 then.
Yeah, it wasn't Brentford when he got peppered and had a 10 because he saved our bacon. So again, a 7 is not a bad score.
Yeah, I mean, Andrew, what would you give Mendy? I know you like Mendy quite a lot, so
I'm going to say Millhouse. I'll give him a 7.5 because he just proves doubters wrong again. Not in this fan base, but outside doubters. You know, when he's called upon, when he's not doing anything, because he wasn't doing anything before that save, but didn't do anything afterwards. And it was quite weird actually. He went to block it with his leg instead of he was in the penalty area. So it's really didn't go with his hands, but. Yeah, 7.5.
It was like a defender's challenge.
Yeah. What did you want him to do? Dive like a flipper?
In the box.
Yeah. Superman.
he's just so confident. He can save with his feet, his face, his backside. He could do anything.
I agree with Jess though. It's like because before he would have got like a 6 or 6.5 because they didn't test it. So 7.5 I think is fair.
And Sindra, what would you give Mendy?
Yeah, I agree with Andrew.
Yeah,
It was a 7.5. He wasn't tested much.
Yeah, I mean, I would give him an 8. I would give him an 8. Because normally I would give a 6 generally for a goalkeeper if they've just have an average game. I'd normally give a 7 if it's a clean sheet, but just because he's made that kind of last ditch tackle, I am just going to bounce up to an 8 because we have won 7-0 as well. So I don't. I'd be positive for my rating today.
Yeah, I guess everybody's getting 9s and above in the outfield then, except for maybe one or two people. But again, you're setting a standard of an 8. That means Chalobah, Thiago, and Rudiger need to get 9s. Again, you're setting it up for that because
they will get 8 too. Like
yeah, I mean, I'd argue they're with the same rating, but we'll get into it. Javi, what would you give Rudiger?
I give him.
Hold on. What would we end up with Mendy?
We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 2 7.5s and a 7.
2 7s actually. KJ changed his to a 7.
Okay.
So you're going to do 7.5?
Yeah, I guess that's middle order. But
this is a rare X you're getting, happy X. So I'll give it. Rudiger, he won a penalty. I guess he was driving. He wanted to be an attacker. He did a little bit more because the defense was just chilling. So I'll give him a 8.5. How about that?
Yeah, I mean, Rudiger was playing like a centre attacking midfielder at times. To be fair,
taking people on the wings and just.
He did more than what Alonso would ever do. Just saying.
Come on.
The guy in the background is just seething.
1-1.
Anyway, Alfred, what would you give Rudiger?
Oh,
yeah, I'll give him
strike.
an 8 myself. Who scored?
Oh no, I was watching Dortmund versus Benefield, and Hummels just had a midfield volley and put it in the top bins.
All right. Nice.
Everton, Everton, Watford 1-1. Yes. I hate Everton.
Yeah, my cousin's an Everton fan, so he'll be annoyed with that. That's good. Alfred, what did you say for Rudiger's rating?
8.
8. Fair enough. KJ, what would you give Rudiger?
8.
Fair enough. Alex?
8.5.
Jesters?
8.
Andrew?
Yeah, 8. Hardly tested. Played well. No clean sheet. Should have got
Assist.
Yeah, fantastic. 8. I think 8. 8's very good.
How do you get an assist?
Penalty.
That's not an assist.
Hey, Werner gets them.
It is
Werner
assist.
gets that stat, so Rudiger.
It's not an assist, not an official stats. Maybe
Werner gets credited for getting penalties, so Rudiger should get credit.
No, I'm giving him credit for being there and taking the shot. I thought it was a red card because
it was
an obvious.
Exactly, I was gonna bring that up. That's exactly what Reece got a red card for.
Yep.
Yeah, that was disgraceful.
Because
I
the
don't
ball
understand
going in the goal.
Yeah, because there's no way a goalkeeper was going to actually save that.
I think the context around the game, they're already down to 10. I just don't think they were going to give another red card.
That doesn't make a difference.
No, they would have given it if he cleared it off the line with his hand. No problem. I just don't think they were going to do it for that.
It was still an obvious goal scoring opportunity.
I totally agree with you guys, but sometimes we've seen it before, haven't we? Where it's like, given the
it just proves either Anthony Taylor's a twat, or
certified,
or this guy's an idiot.
I thought that was a
What
fact.
about both? What about both an idiot?
Yeah, but one of them's got to be wrong and one of them's got to be right. So either one's an idiot. I probably give this referee the benefit of the doubt and just say the board fraud made the mistake. But we'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Sindra, what would you give Rudiger?
8.
8. I mean, I will go with 8 as well because that I have to keep consistent with my scoring. Xavi, Thiago. Xavi, you there?
Sure. Yeah, I'm here. Sorry, I was talking. 8. He didn't he was class, good. Didn't have much to do. 8, bro.
Yeah. Alfred, do you agree?
Probably a 7.
Fair enough. KJ, what would you give Thiago?
7.5.
And Alex?
Who we rating?
Thiago.
6. He didn't do nothing. What?
That's so
you
hard.
said what? You said average. What did he do? What did he do more than Mendy did? Please,
he had the most. He had the most passage at the highest completion percentage.
Based on what you told me, and 6 is average, and Mendy saved the ass or saved from conceding. Yeah, 6. I'm learning from Jester. Rating system.
Jesters, what would you give Thiago?
I give Thiago a 7, just because he's always in the right position. He had 90 passes at a 92.2% completion, 1 key pass. So, I mean, actually, I'm moving to a 7.5. 7.5.
Great.
Me and KJ are right there. He knows how to score.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm just young. I'm learning from you.
Okay.
Andrew, what would you give Thiago?
I'd give him a 7. Solid display, passed well. But just basically second half told Rudiger to do what he wanted up and down the pitch, and he just stayed in his own half because nothing was going to happen. So he had the easiest couple of games in a row he's probably had in his life, back to back. So yeah, 7. Solid display, absolutely solid display.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna. Sindra, what's your rating?
7.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to go with 8. I'm going to keep my ratings consistent with the back line because I think there's not much between them. So I think that we're going to go probably 7.5 because that'll be the middle of everyone. Finally, Javi, Chalobah.
7.5.
Fair enough. Alfred, what would you give Chalobah?
Yeah, 7.5 as well.
And KJ?
He was on par with Silva, so 7.5.
Alex?
Chalobah 6. What did he do more than Silva? he didn't do all the key passes that he lined up.
That's why we're all rating him the same as Silva.
Yeah, but what about Mendy?
He got a 7.5 too, didn't he?
But you said that he had a 6.
No, he didn't. He said his
I said
average
7.
Yo, Alex, you can't be going. Don't go off his rating. Go off your own
I was
rating.
just going after Jester.
Alex.
My bro.
Yeah, don't go off another man's rating. Go off of your own rating.
Alex, yeah?
Okay.
Give the rating you want. Don't care what anyone else says. You get the rating you want, okay?
Everybody's 8. Rest of the people who scored a 9.
Fine.
And Timo Werner is Timo Werner. And Mason Mount is 10. That's it. All my
Don't
ratings.
spoil it. Now you spoiled it now.
That's my original ratings were.
Yeah, just
Everybody
give it.
8. People that scored 9 and the Mount is a trick. He gets 10.
Don't care
But
what
Jester,
anyone else says.
you
Just
messed
give
me
your own
up,
ratings.
Jester.
No, just give your own ratings.
Justice, everything
It's all
is
my
your
fault.
fault.
Everybody blame
All your
me.
fault, Jester.
I take full responsibility for everything that's gone wrong all season for Chelsea.
Yes, thank you.
I mean, Justice, coming to you. What is your rating?
7.5.
7.5. Andrew?
I give him a 7. Another consistent performance. He seems to get more assured every game, and I have no issue when he starts now. So that's how much confidence he's given me. So, yeah, 7. What very decent performance. He wasn't tested either. So
Fair enough. And Sindra, finally, what would you give Chalobah?
I also give him a 7. And also I have to go now. So see you guys.
All right. Thank you for coming on.
see you, mate.
I would give him a 7.4. No, sorry. I'd keep it consistent and give him the 8 with my ratings. But 7.5 will be the average out of everyone. Before we move on to the midfield ratings, everyone make sure you're smashing that like button. We currently have 76 likes. That is not enough when we've scored 7 goals against Norwich. We're top of the table. We've got better goal difference than Liverpool now. Come on, guys, smash that like button. Get us to at least 125 likes. We're not going to stop until that is reached. So make sure you do it. Send in super chats if you want to change any of the ratings at all, and just enjoy the stream. And guys, some of you in the comment sections, don't get on Jester's back too much.
Well, they can. I don't even look at the comments. So go ahead. I mean,
Like you said, don't get on Jester's back too much. Still get on Jester's back, but not too much.
yeah.
I know Jester's got a bit of it, so we can take a little.
I know, but it's like
I don't care. I think you just have a sad life. I feel bad for you.
Anyway, we'll move on to the wing backs now, and we'll start off with Chilwell, the one that's better than Marcus Alonso. But we'll move.
Wow.
Xavi, what would you give Chilwell out of 10?
Because he got a goal, a 9.
Alfred, what would you give out of 10?
Probably 8.5.
And KJ?
Same 8.5. 8.5.
Alex?
8. Oh, he scored 9. My bad.
Jesters?
I give him an 8.
Andrew?
8.5. Apart from that pass that Mendy had to obviously save us with, thought he was excellent again. So
Yeah, I was going to say 8.5 too, because that pass would put him down from a 9, because that was a little bit of a hospital pass, but he's allowed one mistake when we see Alonso make 2 or 3 mistakes a match.
He makes up by scoring. That's what he does. You know what I mean? Oh no, they nearly scored. I'm just going to make sure I score.
Yeah. He's trying to just give Norwich a chance. You know, sometimes you feel sorry for him.
Yeah, he's
Give
bored.
him a little sniff.
He's bored. He's bored. Let's make a game of it. You know?
He just wants to see Thiago and Mendy do something.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll move. I think 8.5 is a good rating for him. We'll move on to the other side of Reece James. Javi, what would you give Reece James?
9.
Alfred?
Yeah, I agree. That goal was just absolutely phenomenal. Loved it. And he's one of my favourite players at Chelsea too.
KJ, what would you give Reece James?
9, easily 9. Like Alfred said, that goal, and especially just the way it was delivered, the weight on the pass, and his first touch wasn't that good. To have the composure and the technique to perfectly dink that ball. Come on, it's a 9.
Alex?
9.03. That was a good goal. I can't give him 10. His goal is better.
0.03 for me.
Yeah.
He's giving that football statistics and so.
It's a 0.03 for me, not even a 9.1. No, like.
0.11,
Jesters, I'm assuming 8.98.
No, I'm going the same as Chilwell. 8.
There's a boxing match going on between Crystal Palace and Newcastle.
Yep.
That match is insane.
And what was the score?
No.
Andrew, what would you give Reece?
Give him a 9. That goal was just exquisite. The chip and just his overall play. Plus, he didn't give a ball away like Chilwell did. So I'll give him a 9.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give him a 9 as well. That chip was absolutely fantastic, and I'm really loving this inverted fullbacks that we're doing.
Started against Southampton. If you remember, it started against Southampton.
Yeah,
Yep.
it really seemed to work well, and I hope we carry on with it. And I think I think
2 wing backs to do it.
I think Chilwell and Reece James do it the best. So I think this is the one that needs to stay. I know Asby, he's a good player, but he can play at centre back. Alonso can play.
He can play RCB where Chalobah's playing sometimes. You know what I mean? He doesn't need to play right wing back.
Yeah, and quite frankly, we don't need Azpilicueta to play every match, so it's okay to see him on the bench. Because I know there's a few people moaning that he wasn't on the pitch, but there you go.
He was on the pitch. He was just not on the. He was on the stands pitch.
So what is we're gonna do? 8.5 or 9 for Reece?
We had half 9s, it's 1 8.0 and 2 8.5. So
8.5.
8.75.
Yeah, 8.7.
8.75. Yes. We got there.
Just for Andrew.
Yeah.
So we'll start off with Kovacic, and the first man I've got to go to is the KJ. So KJ, what'd you give Cover?
10.
I knew that was coming out.
I thought that was crazy.
His rating.
Javi, what would you give Kovacic?
9.5, because then he had more than 1 assist.
2.
Yeah, 2.
Yeah.
10.
Yeah, 9.5.
Alfred?
Yeah, I would agree with that as well. He played very well today, and those 2 assists as well. Yeah, 9.5.
Alex?
9.
Jesters?
I'll give him a 9.
2 assists will consider 1 goal.
Yeah, 9.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna give him a 9. I think he was fantastic. But obviously we'll go with the 9 because we know KJ's rating is a little bit biased, but we'll leave it there. But
that's straight facts, buddy. I don't know what you're saying.
If he deserves a 10, and you know who else is getting a 10.
Well, if he gets a 10, the other
Fair
person
enough,
has
fair
to get
enough,
like
fair
a
enough.
15 or something. You know what I mean?
But anyway, Jorginho. Xavi, I'll start with you. What would you give Jorginho out of 10?
I would give him a 8.5.
Fair enough. Alfred?
Yeah, I agree. 8.5.
KJ?
8.
Alex?
8.
Justice?
8.
And Andrew?
7.5.
Fair enough. I would give him 8. I don't think he was obviously he didn't get the 2 assists that Cover did, but I thought he played overall well, was trying progressive passes, and that's what we want to see from him. We'll move on to the hat-trick boy himself, Money Mason Mount. I assume this is going to be a 10 all round.
Do we need to even go
Any-
for everyone?
Just
anyone-
10, though. Let's move
Just
on.
10,
Any
just
any
10 and
any,
move
obje-
on.
any objections? 9.9.
I have a quick question about this one.
Oh my God.
Does he lose any points because he missed that penalty and had a chance to retake it?
No, because it wipes itself out because
Because it never happened. Because it was a
Yeah,
foul.
because- Yeah.
Fair enough.
Plus, he had an assist on top of the 3 goals. So
Yeah.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of the things because it was a mistake, because it was the problem. But it's like if you have a foul, it doesn't really count. It's non-existent now because it was the cruel coming off the line. So
it was very cruel.
Yeah,
You was
Yeah, Joe.
Oh,
Funny.
that's because he crawled across the line.
Oh.
Boo.
Oh yeah, boo me. I'll take your booze and use them as fuel. That's what
Anyway, we'll go on to the other side of Callum Hudson-Odoi. Xavi, what would you give Callum's performance out of 10?
9.
9, perfect. Alfred,
Yeah, I'd say that's fair. I'll give him a 9 as well.
KJ,
9. True lives matter.
Alex,
9.
Andrew.
I'm sorry, I'm being a sheep. 9.
Sheep, you're gonna follow the herd.
Jesters.
I give him an 8.
Safe in numbers.
Oh,
That's what I gave everybody who scored or assisted.
it's
is
true.
an 8.
It's
So
true.
I'm being
It's true.
consistent.
He's being consistent. He's being consistent.
He didn't play better than Chilwell or RJ.
He's consistent with his toe hate. That's what
He-
he's consistent
So,
with.
so you're saying he was better than Chilwell or Reece James?
He was better than Jorginho, and you give him 8.
Jorginho played 90 minutes. Well, no, he didn't play 90 minutes.
No,
he
he
came
didn't.
off. I don't know if he was better than Jorginho.
I do know.
Well, that's fine. That's your rate. That's why you get to rate him and I get to rate him. I didn't think he was And I thought I gave Jorginho.
I actually thought
7.5.
Jorginho was less than 8, but
What's the rating, dog?
I mean, I'm going to give Callum Hudson-Odoi a 9 as well because I did give Chilwell and James a 9 as well, so I'm being consistent with my ratings also. But yeah, I think he had a great performance. Let's see this next game and carry it on. If he does, then fair play. Can't say anything more. We'll move on. So we'll give that a 9, I guess.
that was a good one. Oh, my bad.
Havertz, finally, the final guy on the starting lineup. Xavi, what would you give Havertz's performance?
See, this is my only 7.5. Mainly, his movement was good, yes, but everything else, I wasn't really too impressed. So 7.5, or even a 7 because I don't. Yeah, 7.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Alfred, what would you give Havertz?
I'm going to be a bit, or maybe in you guys' eyes, a little bit harsh on Havertz because personally, I wanted him to do a lot better today. I was expecting more, and to me, he just, I don't know, he seemed kind of disinterested. I don't know. I didn't really like the vibe I got of him today. I'm gonna give him a 5.5.
Holy
Yeah,
crap.
but I think I think that vibe that I think he always just has that kind of
Yeah, I was gonna say that to
it's like
Alfred.
Ozil. He always has that kind of vibe that it's effortless with
That's who
Havertz.
Alfred
It's
sounds
not-
like.
With
You remember?
him,
You met-
Alfred.
Hold on,
Kai,
hold on.
You're gonna have
I gotta
to
say
use
this.
that.
Alfred sounds like the guy from Thor. What was the Thor movie? The last Thor
Korg.
movie.
You're right.
He does sound like Korg, the rock guy. He sounds just like him.
My days. That's a good shout.
I'll have to watch that. I haven't seen that.
Bro, you sound just like him.
I was hoping something more like RoboCop, as that's one of my favorite movies of all time.
I wouldn't say what my favorite movie because it's a lot of English people in there.
Kai Havertz is one of those people you can't read into that because that's who he is as a person. Like,
Yeah, he never changes his expression.
Yeah, because I feel like when he does well, people say, "Oh, he's Kai Havertz, the ghost. He ghosts in and out of the game." But then when he does bad, people say, "Oh, he's
a ghost.
He's got that. But he's got that. Oh, he's got that demeanor. He doesn't care." But it's like you can't work both ways. You just got to judge it as that's just who he is, and you can't moan for him for that. He does it all the time. Yeah, it's
That's
one of them.
not a penalty.
Who got a penalty?
VAR's looking up. Everton. That's we're asking for the penalty, but I don't think it's
let's hope he doesn't get it. KJ, what would you give Havertz?
no penalty.
I don't think we can give him. I think 8 is generous, so I'll give him a 7.5. I think just a lot of the 1v1 situations he had, they weren't really that successful. You can see. I don't know. I had a different experience to him this game. I could see he was genuinely trying to attack, but most of what he was doing wasn't popping off. There was points in the match where he did look like he just didn't want to try, especially in 1v1 situations anymore. And I think that was just purely out of the fact that he was probably getting a bit discouraged. I don't know. It wasn't his best game, but I think 7. I'll change it to 7. 7 is reasonable.
Yeah, I mean, Alex, what would you give him?
I want to bring his ratings up, so if everybody, 8. Fuck. I was gonna give him 10 just to get his because he was important in this game. He was important for Cho's goal. Anyway, 8. I'm gonna stay with this.
Yeah, I mean, Justice, what would you give him?
I was giving him a 7. Me and KJ, man, we're in line today. It's like sync. It's above average score, and he didn't have a goal or assist, so he gets a 7. For all the good runs he made, that's he had no goal contributions, so you can't go higher than that. So for me, it's a 7.
Yeah, Andrew, what would you give him?
I give him 7 as well. I think 5.5 is extremely harsh. I know it's everyone's ratings, but 5.5 is extremely harsh when we won 7-0. He had a better first half, I believe, than the second. It just wasn't his day overall. But I think 7 is just about right.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting some range of rating. We're getting some people saying he deserves an 8.5. We're getting people saying he deserves a 3.5. You got some people saying 5 out of 10, 4 out of 10.
3.5. Wow.
So there's a lot of different ratings for Havertz. I mean, for Kai, I'm going to give him a 6.5 because I think he was, compared to everyone else, not as good. But again, he did. And what I'll make the point of, we will love it when Mason Mount does all this good off the ball stuff.
Yeah.
But then when Kai does similar stuff to a different extent, he doesn't get the same credit. So I mean, that's why I'm going to give him a 6.5, which is just above average, because I think he was making space. Hanley, I will credit Hanley. I don't think Norwich defended well at all, but he did really well to stick to his man and try and limit Kai Havertz to not much to do. So sometimes you just have to deal with what you have to do. Sometimes if you've got someone man marking you and you can't shift them, you just got to do what you can do. And that's why I'll give him a 6.5, because he let other people shine and give space for other people, dragging people out. So I don't think it's as bad as some people are saying. I think 3.5
Werner
is
performance, for Christ's sake.
God, 3.5 is so harsh.
I brought y'all presents. Can you
Donuts.
Who said 3.5?
Donuts.
You bring us present, but I can't actually eat it.
How are we supposed to reach them from here?
It's just teasing. It's not a
That's
present.
a selfish present. That's a selfish present.
I'll eat it for you. I'll keep you in my mind when I do it.
You son of a bitch! Unbelievable.
But we'll move on to substitutions. We'll start with my man, Ruben Loftus-Cheek. I think he was the first substitution. Xavi, what would you give Ruben Loftus-Cheek?
A very biased 9.
Oh man!
It's a good job Josh ain't on this rating, because Ruben's rating would be very skewed. Alfred, what would you give Ruben Loftus-Cheek?
Yeah, he came off the bench, so he didn't obviously get to play
He got assist.
a lot of the game. But yeah, that's right. He got his assist. So, and he did do quite well in my opinion. So I'm going to give him an 8.5 for the time he had and what he did.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree. KJ, what would you give Ruben?
A very unbiased 7.5.
Boy,
Livermore-
KJ's my man today.
Livermore scored for Sunderland.
So there is
Southampton.
Southampton. Yeah, I was going to say
Southampton.
something.
Livramento.
Whatever.
So Jess, I assume you're going 7.5 as well.
I am going 7.5. I gave all the scorers or assisters if they just did 1 and 8. Can't do that with him because he didn't play the entire game. He came on late, so I give him a 0.5 dip on that. So that's why I get to 7.5.
Fair enough. Alex, what would you give Ruben Loftus-Cheek out of 10?
I will give him non-biased 9 based on he give assist and a shorter time being on the field than anybody else who spent more time on the field and had 1 assist. Based on it took him only 10 minutes to give assist than 60 minutes that other people played.
My guy Alex, you know.
That's actually a decent point.
Andrew, what are you going to give him? Non-biased rating.
To balance out the non-biased ratings, I'll give a biased 7.5. Yeah, so I'll give that. Yeah, 7.5. And for the assist, he gets a 0.5. So he didn't have much to do. He didn't have a lot of time to do it in, but he played well. So 7.5.
Okay, so I'm going to give a non-biased rating
12.
Of
12, yeah.
10 out of 10.
Yeah,
He only had 60 minutes on the pitch.
Yeah.
60. He only had 30 minutes on the pitch. He got an assist. Selfishly given Mason Mount the hat trick. So without Ruben, we wouldn't be talking about 10 out of 10 Mason Mount hat trick.
I would have still given it a 10.
Mason Mount.
No.
Ruben had the minerals, and he's just giving it to Mason Mount. He's just giving it to Mason Mount. Fantastic, selfless player. 10 out of 10.
Yo, I ain't putting no.
Yeah, don't put that, Jester. Don't lower yourself and put that, please.
Nope. I'm sorry, but
Just what we're saying, like 8 or something.
Are you talking about agendas, bro? You just rolled an agenda in there.
Let's roll with an 8.
No, I'm joking. My actual rating's 8.5.
Oh, there we go. Still too low.
Okay.
But, okay, no problem.
I'm being fair. I'm not giving it the highest rating.
Really? How much did you struggle not to give a 9? Realistically,
How
much are you going? You can't give you go. If I'd been on for a bit longer, then I can give a 9. Was that it? If he came on at half time, you would have given him a 9, right?
Bun Sadiq, his MA agenda, put in 6.85 for Ruben.
Oh wow!
Done at it.
Yo. I have to go, but
I got your rating.
He is 7.5. All right, cool. Big up the panel.
So what are we putting Cheeks?
Take care, buddy.
Should we just put an 8? To be fair,
That's fine. Because somebody's clapping his cheeks. Yay! I was waiting for that one.
Somebody's cocking his cheeks. That's in this review, I tell you. Someone's cocking it.
But anyway, we'll move on to Ziyech. Alfred, we'll start with you. What would you give Ziyech out of 10?
Just before I answer that quickly, I just wanted to go back to Loftus-Cheek for a second. And I just wanted
Of course,
to ask,
we can speak about Loftus-Cheek all day. I don't mind.
I agree.
So I just wanted to ask you guys, with players like Loftus-Cheek and Cho, who always have more pressure on them because of all the sort of criticism and stuff that fans give them. So when they put on good performances, would you say that because there's more pressure on them, because they don't, they sort of have to earn their places in the squad more than other players a lot of the time, and they do perform as well as they do. When they do they deserve a bit of extra credit for that sort of thing, or is it as simple as, nah, you're a Chelsea player, you went on the pitch and you did what you were supposed to, so you get the same ratings that everybody else does for doing the same things?
Yes.
Yes, I agree. Like, you get a little more tough for critic if you haven't played regularly.
Well, the criticism really comes from fans being idiots. Okay?
That's fair.
So I'd say Callum has more pressure because of the Callum stance or Cho stance, whatever you want to call them.
Price tag.
Well, it's a price paid by the fans other than money. So if you're going to hype somebody up as much as you do, then if he doesn't perform, then he's going to get a lower score. Or as we've seen today, because you've got him as a 9, and no way he's a 9. But that's because people have it, either want to be a sheep or because they've got an agenda. So when I give scores for players, they're what they actually are. I'm not going to give anybody a plus or a minus because I like them.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's just, I'm not going to do it. You are what you are on the pitch, whether I like you or not.
Yep, that's fair.
I mean, for my ratings, I think today I've just gone generally high with everyone because it's a 7-0 win, so I'm full in spirit. So this is if any player wants a higher rating, this is the time. If Marcus Alonso sat on the bench, he gets a 10 out of 10 for sitting on that bench.
Believe me, if I'll watch the game again and genuinely watch the game, the ratings will go down on some players. I know we will. So that's why I prefer not to watch the game again. Otherwise, I will give ratings a little lower if I'm going to start.
This right here makes no sense, Sadiq. The man got 3 goals and assists. Doesn't matter what type of goals they were, he got them. You can't say that Callum was better than him at any point of the game. He got 3 goals and an assist. And him and Havertz were doing all the pressing. And if you notice, Callum was not. He was sitting back while Havertz and Mount were pressing. So to say that Callum had a 9 because Mount's hat trick was not as impressive to you, come on. A hat trick's a hat trick. Who was better before he came off? Mason Mount.
And Cho is the first one that gets subbed.
Well, you can X all you want to. I know you're just trying to troll. I know he's being trolly.
Yeah, I mean, you got to. I do agree with Jess here.
Yeah.
Didn't Mount have a goal and assist at halftime?
Yeah.
If I'm correct.
Yeah.
So how can Cho have a better half when somebody else has a goal and assist? You're okay. You got to explain it to me. He set him up once.
Yeah, but can I make the point? If we're going to go into that detail, there was a couple of passes Cho made that went wrong. So
Yep.
you could say that for any.
And he
player.
wasn't strong on the ball. He gave the ball away in a bad position when he was on defense. You want to go that. We're not an example when he was on defense, he tried to hold the ball up. The guy ran right through him and could have caused a chance on goal. There's a couple times he went down way too easy, but we're not sitting there reflecting and taking him down for those points.
It was
But
couple of times.
if you want to get down into the minutia, you can do that. There was
a
no
couple
way
of
Callum
times
had a
his
better
first touch
game.
was a pass.
There was no way that Callum had a better game at any point than Mason Mount.
Yeah.
That's true.
So,
I mean, it is what it is. People are going to disagree. People are going to troll, but we will get into. Who didn't do Ziyech's rating?
I didn't because I deflected from the.
Oh yeah, we did. Okay, we didn't get
it was Alfred's fault.
Alfred, blame it on you. What would you give Ziyech's rating?
Look, to be honest, this might be an unpopular opinion, but I when Ziyech came on, I actually saw in the time that he had, I saw a lot more from him that I did from Havertz, right? And I love Havertz, by the way. I'm going to give him a 7.5 because I think he just showed a lot of determination. I really liked his efforts when he came on. And yeah, look, as I said, based on what I saw today, if I was in a situation in the next game where I had to pick between them, I would actually pick Havertz ahead of him based on what I saw. I was quite happy with his effort today.
Yeah, Alex, what would you give?
8.
8.
Everybody. Nobody's. I didn't watch the game second time yet, so.
KJ, what would you give him?
7.
Jesters?
I'm gonna give him a 7. Me and KJ in tune today.
Andrew?
6.5.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, I do think one thing we have to consider with the Ziyech substitution, he did come on when there was 10 men, so it is much easier and he has the space much more compared to Havertz. But I do think he played better. One thing that really annoys me, and it's something he's always going to have, he's so one-footed and it just frustrates the hell out of me to see him just every time he's cutting on his foot. Like, all right, it was good because he had the space to do that. But if you're playing against 11 men or you're playing against Man City or someone like that, you don't have the time to cut in every time. And they know you're going to do that, so they're going to stop you. So that's just the frustrating thing. So I am going to give him, it's going to sound harsh, 6.5.
So do we have any other players that do the same thing?
What, is Ziyech?
Yeah.
I'd argue no, and that's the only reason I think.
Okay.
He's hinting on Cho only one-footed.
Oh, in terms of the one-footedness. Oh, okay, yeah. Cho's one-footed, but there are a few players that are not exactly two-footed. I don't think we have enough two-footed players. That sometimes I think our issue. But that's just one of the things. Yeah, so say 7 for Ziyech overall. And then we can go to the worst player in the Chelsea squad, roster boss.
I didn't think Barkley was bad.
Or Dross Barkley.
Thought he was actually pretty good.
Yeah, he was all right. I'm just trolling Sadiq in the comments. I can just feel his anger. But anyway, we'll move on. Alfred, what would you give Barkley?
6.5.
Fair enough. KJ.
I'm going to be generous. I don't know what it is about Barkley, man. He excites me every time he comes on the field.
Maybe see a doctor about that.
Johnny got Tuchel autograph.
Nice. KJ, just go back to the Valencia Champions League game and watch Barkley's missed penalty, and then that'll put you down. Right level.
Look, I was gonna give him a 7.5 but upon further reflection, I'm just gonna stick to 7. I don't think. I mean, he was decent. He was decent for what he did, but it wasn't like amazing. And I think against a 10-man Norwich side that's basically self-capitulating, you should do a lot better. Yeah, I'll give him a 7.
Alex, what would you give Ross
8.
Barkley?
8.
8. Jesters?
7.
Andrew?
6.5. He should have scored.
Wow. I
Yeah, that was a good save.
You guys are quite positive.
And that's all he did. He had that.
I feel out of touch now, but I'm going to say 5.5.
Oh my God!
I thought he was quite poor on the ball, and then he should have. You should be scoring from that central. You're in a central point of the goal. Yes, you've made a good run, and yes, it is a decent saving, but you should be putting that in the back of the net. Like, come on. And that's why you're not in the starting lineup. And that's why people like Ruben come on before you. But
Yeah.
I just can't wait. I don't know. He does one good thing every now and then, and maybe that goal would have been his one good thing. But I'm just done with Barkley.
Well, at least he's sober. And we
Yeah,
give him a
that's
7 for being
positive thing,
sober.
yeah. And that's only because Danny Drinkwater ain't at the club. They're normally the drinking buddy. He's not got his drinking buddy with him. But there you go. I mean, we'll give him a 7 because that will average it out. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, Ladder has said a 4 for Barkley, so I'm not the harshest.
And he likes Barkley as well. He likes Barkley, so.
But I think he's given him a 4. I don't know what. A 4 for Barkley.
Nah, I think he's questioning you.
Yeah, I think he's questioning. Yeah.
I didn't give him a 4. I gave him a 5.5.
You know, Antonio Rudiger had the second most shots in the game.
That's because he was up there.
Yeah, that's because he was playing as a centre attacking midfielder half the game.
He was holding the ball the second half. It was like, screw it.
I'm going to miss him next year. I don't think he's signing.
I don't think he's signing either. I said that in the beginning. He's not signing.
I think he will if we give him what he wants.
Up as much as possible.
No, I don't think it's about what he wants at Chelsea. I actually think he's pissed off at the board for Lampard situation where Lampard was there.
Yep. Yeah, blame it on that law. And Simon Phillips.
Yeah, if he goes, and I'll blame it on them too, because they're the ones that gave him crap, and then all the fans jumped on it. So,
yeah,
I mean, I just, I don't know. I want him to stay, but I don't know what's going to happen, honestly.
Oh, I do. He's not staying.
What's the deal?
Well, you never know, but I'm just gonna hope.
What is Sadiq moaning about?
This long?
Oh, he's got to moan about something.
I don't know. He's probably moaning about Ross the Boss.
We got to do Tuchel.
Yeah, we might as well do Tuchel.
He was shit. He wasn't slapping nobody on the field.
Oh, to be fair, first minute, I think Callum didn't make a good run, and he was going absolutely ballistic.
No, that was not to Callum. That was for Jorginho not to pass it to Callum. That was a space open on the left. That was to Jorginho.
Oh, was it to Jorginho?
Yeah, that was to Jorginho.
It looked like he was shouting at Callum. I was like,
no, that was to Jorginho because he could have passed it forward. Instead, he turned around and passed it back instead of go forward. That was to Jorginho.
All I saw was like loads of people online saying, "Oh, Tuchel's a racist. He's moaning at Callum within the first minute."
That wasn't towards Callum.
And I was like, "Oh, here we go again. All these Callum stands are moaning about Tuchel. What's new? I mean, they moaned about Sarri, they moaned about Lampard, and now they're moaning about Tuchel."
Yeah,
but anyway,
maybe it's the player, not the manager.
One thing that made me laugh is I think we were 6 when we were 6 or 5-0 up, and Tuchel looked so angry. I was like, "Mate, we're 5-0 up. What can you be angry about?"
He's a perfectionist, though.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was saying to my dad. He wants everything to be perfect. He's never happy. Like we can win the Champions League, and he's got a straight face. We could win the
Sadiq,
quadruple. and he's
I
like,
never said Rudiger
Yeah, because he
staying.
probably thinks we should have scored more in that final. That's why. That's why he's going.
So,
We should have scored more.
are we giving Tuchel a 10?
I mean,
Yeah.
he managed a team that got 7 goals. So I mean, you can't really say he made a mistake at all in any of his tactics.
No,
We said about the inverted fullback, wingbacks is really working well. I think the lineup was
5-0 up before the red card.
Yeah.
As well, so
Yeah,
it's
the
not as if,
lineup-
like, scored 7 after
Yeah.
the red card. Or something.
exactly. I actually thought when the red card, well, we could have scored more, but
Well,
it
we
was just
took our foot
one
off the
of
pedal,
those.
didn't we? Really.
Hazard looks like he's back.
Was Rambo just playing now?
No, we're talking about Thorgan.
Ah, yeah, there we go. Yeah. Unbelievable, this guy. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, I got slagged off when obviously you had the whole Hazard talk in the international break. I made a tweet saying if we want to get a Hazard in, I'd rather get Thorgan Hazard right now than Eden. And I got slagged off for it.
I think that's a true statement.
I keep saying that.
I said it as well.
If you want to get a Hazard, get
It's like I'd rather the Hazard that actually can get on the pitch than one. That,
Although he's just coming back from injury.
I can't believe we had 3 Hazards at one point.
we had 4. We had all 4 of them.
Or 4. Wow.
There was.
Huh?
Must have been
Yeah.
pre-internet.
Wow.
Didn't know what the parents were doing.
Yeah.
Leeds are down 1-0 again.
Who are they playing?
Wolves.
Wolves. That is it. Is it
I think if Wolves win this, they go above Arsenal.
Yeah, Hwang scored.
Damn it.
Hee Chung Wang.
I put
Yeah.
Leeds in my bet as well, but I was even
Why?
thinking that Wolves could beat them, so
Yeah,
that sucks for me.
Leeds are rubbish.
Yeah. A bit of a stupidity on my part to put them in my bet.
Yeah, just so you know, Alfred, it's Thor Armageddon. That's the one you need to watch. Thor Armageddon.
All right.
Oh
I'll do
God,
that.
he's gonna laugh when he sees it.
And what's the character I need to look out for again? I mean, I guess I'll hear him when he comes up. But yeah.
Is it Thor Ragnarok?
Oh, it's Ragnarok. Excuse me.
Ragnarok.
Yeah, Ragnarok. Yeah, he's talking about Korg,
Korg.
stone guy.
Now every time Alf speaks now, I'm just like, I can't stop laughing.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna see you off for this.
I think I got Livramento in my fantasy
See you
league.
later, guys. Speak to you later.
All right, later.
See you,
Anyway,
Steve.
this is going to be the end of a wonderful stream. 1 hour, 40 minutes of us just talking straight facts. 7-0. It was a fantastic result. We're top of the league. Now we can enjoy a
Everybody
wonderful.
else is paying.
Yeah, we can enjoy. Do we think any of Liverpool or City are dropping points, or do we think they're going to both come out with 3 points?
Oh,
He's
that's
playing United. They're playing United, so
You got United, and then they're Man City playing Brighton. So you never know.
I'm hoping for 2 draws, at least. That's what I want. 2 draws.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, Jesters, thank you for coming on.
You're very welcome, sir.
KJ, thank you for coming on.
Come on.
Alfred, or otherwise known as Korg, thank you for coming on.
I might change my name to that. No, thank you very much. Always a pleasure, lads.
And Redneck, thank you for coming on. He's gone. Anyway, there you go. And that is the end to what is a wonderful stream. Thank you guys for coming on. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and send in your super chats so we can read all your wonderful messages for the next stream. We'll speak to you all soon. And that is the end of the stream. Hopefully Sadiq ends now.
Good performance, man. Don't ever leave Chelsea. Never